Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ki Gaur Premanandi Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parirajikacharya Ashtotar Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Iskcon founder, BBD founder Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parirajikacharya Ashtotar Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivasari, Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna, Gopa Gopinath, Shama Kunda Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhana Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai, Purushottam Shatra Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Jamunamai Ki Jai, Gangamai Ki Jai, Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Okay, let's sing a song by Narottam Das Thakur. Prayer to the lotus feet of Sri Gauranga and his associates. Page 98 in the songbook. Savarana Shri Gaura Pada Padme. I think he has it on the screen. Most of you know the song, so all right. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Kora More Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Kara More Toma vina ke dayalu jagat sansare. Toma vina ke dayalu jagat sansare. Patita pavana hetu tava avatara. Patita pavana hetu tava avatara. Mosamma patita Prabhu napaibe ara. Mosamma patita Prabhu napaibe ara. Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi. Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi. Kripa balokana karo ami boro dukhi. Kripa balokana karo ami boro dukhi. Daya karo Sitapati Advaita Gosai. Daya karo Sitapati Advaita Gosai. Tava kripa bale pai Chaitanya nitai. Tava kripa bale pai Chaitanya nitai. Aha swarup sanatana Rupa Raghunatha. Aha swarup sanatana Rupa Raghunatha. Atta Yuga Sri Jiva Prabhu Lokanath. Bhatta Yuga Sri Jiva Prabhu Lokanath. Daya Kora Sri Acharya Prabhu Srinivas. Daya Kora Sri Acharya Prabhu Srinivas. Ramachandra Sangamage Naratamada. Ramachandra Sangamage Naratamada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Kara More. Toma bina ke dayalo Jagat samsare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Narottam Das Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Narottam Das Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord Chaitanya, please be merciful to me, because who can be more merciful than your Lordship within these three worlds? Your incarnation is just to reclaim the conditioned fallen souls, but I assure you that you will not find a greater fallen soul than me. Therefore, my claim is first. My dear Lord Nityananda, you are always joyful in spiritual bliss. Since you always appear very happy, I have come to you because I am most unhappy. If you kindly put your glance over me, then I may also become happy. My dear Advaita Prabhu, husband of Sita, you are so kind. Please be merciful to me. If you are kind to me, naturally Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda will also be kind to me. O Swarup Damodar, personal secretary of Lord Chaitanya, O six Goswamis, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Sri Jiva Goswami, O Lokanath Goswami, my beloved spiritual master, I pray for your mercy also. O Srinivas Acharya, successor to the six Goswamis, please be merciful to me. Narottam Das always desires the company of Ramachandra Chakravarti. Srila Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. No, I'm just singing. Don't need an excuse to sing, I will just sing. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudiraye Nasta prayashu abhadreshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavate uttama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Samambanam, Chapter 84, The Sages' Teachings at Kurukshetra, Text 16. Sri Munaya Vuchu Yad Mayaya Tattva Vid Uttama Vayam Vimohitaha Vishva Srijam Adishvaraha Yad Ishitavyayati Gudaha Ihaya Aho Vichitram Bhagavad Vichestitam Shri Munaya Uchu Yanmayaya Tattva Vid Uttama Vayam Yanmayaya Tattva Vid Uttama Bhayam Vimohita Vishvasrijam Adishvara Vimohita Vishvasrijam Adishvara Yadisitta Vyayati Gudaihaya Yadisitta Vyayati Gudaihaya Aho Vichitram Bhagavad Vichestitam Aho Vichitram Bhagavad Vichestitam. Sri Munaya Uchu Yanmayaya Tattva Viduttama Vayam Vimohita Vishvasijamadeshvara Yad isittavyayati gudaihaya Aho vichitram bhagavad vichestitam. Janmayaya tattva viduttama vayam Vimohita vishvasijamadeshvara Yad isitavyayati gudahihaya Aho vichitram bhagavad vichestitam. Others? Shri Munaya Uchu Yanmayaya tattva viduttama vayam Vimohita vishvasijamadeshvara Yadisitavyayati gudaihaya Aho vichitram bhagavad vichestitam. Sri Munaya Uchu Yanmaya tattva viduttamamayam Vimohita vishvasijamadishvara Yasishitavya yati gudaihaya Aho vichitram bhagavad vichestitam Sri Munaya Uchu. The great sages said, Yad whose Mayaya, by the power of illusion, Tattva, of the truth, Vid, knowers, Uttamaha, best, Vayam, we, Vimohitaha, confused, Visva, of the universe, Srijam, of creators, Adishvaraha, chief, Yad, the fact that, Ishitavyayati, the Supreme Lord, pretends to be subject to higher control. Gudhaha, hidden, Ihaya, by his activities. Aho, Vichitram, amazing. Bhagavad, of the Supreme Lord. Vichestitam, the activity. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The great sages said, your power of illusion has totally bewildered us, the most exalted knowers of the truth and leaders among the universal creators. How amazing is the behavior of the Supreme Lord. He covers himself with his human-like activities and pretends to be subject to superior control. Purport. The sages have characterized the Lord's statements as inscrutable, duran vayam. How this is so is stated here. His words and activities bewilder even the most learned when he plays at subordinating himself to his own servants. I will also read the next verse because I feel they talk about the same bewildering potency of the Lord. Anihayita bahudaika atmana srijatya bhati atina badyate yata bhaume hi bhumi bahunama rupini aho vibhumna charitam vidambanam. Indeed, the human-like pastimes of the Almighty are simply a pretense. Effortlessly, He alone sends forth from His self this variegated creation, maintains it, and then swallows it up again, all without becoming entangled. Just as the element earth takes on many names and forms in its various transformations. Purport. The One Supreme expands Himself as many without diminishing His completeness. He does this effortlessly without depending on anyone or anything else. This mystic process of the Lord's self-expansion is incomprehensible to all but Himself. But the example of the substance earth and its manifold products bears enough resemblance to provide some idea. The same example is also presented in an often cited passage of the Chandogya Upanishad. Vacharambanam vikaro namadeyam mrittiketi eva satyam. Earth's transformations are merely verbal creations of the process of naming. The substance earth itself is alone real. Sridhar Swami suggests that this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam answers a possible objection on the part of Lord Krishna. How can I create, maintain and destroy the universe if I am Vasudeva's son? The answer is given by the words, Aho vibhumnas charitam vidambanam. You are the perfectly complete whole, and your birth and pastimes are only an imitation of ordinary persons' activities in the material world. You simply pretend to be under higher control. Amagyanitamarandasya janajana shalaka chakshu sanmilitam yena tasmai shri guruve nama mukam karati vachalam pangum langayate girim yadkripatamam vande shri gurum denataranam paramanandamadam shri chaitanya ishwaram shri Krishna chaitanya nityananda sahodita gadodaya pushpavanta chitra sandotamonuda Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastabhutale Srimati Tamal Krishna Goswamti Namane Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastabhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschyatya Adhyasatarini. So yeah, the previous verse is also related because he bewilders by his behavior. So you could see these three verses, 15, 16 and 17, so bewildering to the onlookers. They're like thinking, how is that possible? How is he? He's supposed to be the Supreme Personality, you know. He controls everything, and here he is praising us. So they are like confused. Or you can say apparently they are confused. Or in another sense, Krishna is acting like a controlled being, like an ordinary person. And his potencies are hidden behind his human-like behavior. That's one of the way you can see. Even though he has unlimited multitude or multi-potencies, there's a verse in the Svetasvatara Upanishad, Parasya Shakti Vividaiva Shruyate Swabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriya Cha. The Supreme Lord has multi-potencies, multifarious, many potencies, and they all act so perfectly that all consciousness, all strength and activity are been directed solely by his internal potency. And this internal potency, we also know it to be Leela Shakti. It allows the Lord to actually make arrangements. It even covers the Supreme Lord. He doesn't even know what's happening. This Leela potency is so powerful, it covers him, it bewilders him. But at the same time, the Leela potency can also uncover by his will. So the whole idea is, by his will, the Leela potency covers him when it's necessary and uncovers him when it's necessary also. So therefore, we have to appreciate that this Lord's potency is actually inconceivable. No one can understand how the potency works except the Lord himself. Just like he expands so many times, right? And each expansion is unique in its own way. Still the Lord knows how it's functioning and why he's doing it like that. We can't even fathom, can't even understand how this is happening and so on. So what to speak of all of us, we don't even know enough knowledge about the Supreme Lord. And then when we read about this amazing qualified sages, like Pranahari Prabhu was saying, how Narada Muni, Vyasadeva, so many great stalwart sages were there. They all came to see the Supreme Lord at the Samanta Panchaka. They all came to take his darshan. The Lord is here, let's go and look. But even they were bewildered by the way he was acting. And we also know, previously also in Dwaraka, when Krishna is acting with his queens, when Narada Muni came, he was saying, this is not possible. And he starts laughing, because he's acting like a hand-packed husband in one place, in another place, he's acting like a simple father to a child. So he's thinking, how is that possible? So at the same time, he understands this is the Supreme Lord, but it's contradictory behavior that bewilders anyone who just wants to understand the Lord. So what it means is it's not easy to understand the Supreme Lord. It's not at all easy. Simply book knowledge is not sufficient. It's not at all sufficient. The Lord says, right, bhaktya mam avijanati, one has to approach Him through bhakti or devotion or love. That's the only way one can understand. Even when Arjuna, his close associate, when he was at the Kurukshetra battle, he could not deal with the bewilderment that was happening to him. That when he saw how his own relatives were against him, and he was thinking, why am I fighting? My own guru is on the other side. My own teacher is on the other side. My own grandfather is on the other side. And I'm supposed to kill all these personalities? So he got bewildered. It said, dharma samuddha chetaha shishyaste, what is that? Sarimam prapanna. So he's saying, I will surrender as a disciple to you, but you explain to me, because I am bewildered. I want to be your disciple because you know how to correct my bewilderment. Whereas from Krishna's point of view, he's never bewildered. The only thing is he appears to be bewildered because he wants to enjoy the Leela with his devotees. So he doesn't want to know all the details. He just wants to be like an ordinary boy with Mother Yashoda, with the cowherd boys, like that. But when personalities, like powerful personalities, like Arjuna and so on, they are easily bewildered also. And in this case, Krishna obviously bewildered Arjuna to some extent so that he can speak the Bhagavad Gita. But we can see even a little bit bewilderment and Arjuna is totally, he doesn't know what to do. He said, I can't handle this. And at the same time, later on when Krishna reveals his, in the 11th chapter, right, he reveals his universal form, Arjuna is again bewildered. He says, this is not possible. This universal form overwhelms him. He cannot handle that. But we can see how that Krishna is able to control what he likes, just like it is explained, the spider web. He can build the spider web, and when the spider is finished with it, at the end of the day, it wraps it up. And then the next day again builds the spider web. Have you seen that? Try to, particularly in winter time you can see, because all the foliage is down, then you can, just before sunrise, if you are very observant, you will see the spider will be building its web. And then after sunrise, sometimes they wrap it up. During dusk and dawn, that's the time some of these spiders they build. And then later on they wrap it up and they go and take rest like that. So I've seen it, how they build, and then I've also seen them taking it apart. It's amazing. So similarly, Krishna lets his energy manifest, and then later on he wraps it out, just like in the creation of this material universe. He allows that to happen. So in the first canto also he says, right, Vyasade muyanti yat suraya. That means even great sages, Suraya refers to both great sages and demigods, powerful demigods. Even they are bewildered. It is said like that. By his potency, such personalities are put into illusion. Like that. Tejo varimridam, just like that. Like what is that? Tejo varimridam, that means just like fire is seen in water or land in, and water is seen in land. Yeah, like that. So it's amazing. Just bewildering. Even though they are so powerful, they cannot understand how this Lord, with his potency, he's just doing one thing after another, and he's confusing everyone who looks at him. except those devotees. Except when they've developed that affection for the Lord, then he removes his illusory potency for his devotees very nicely like that. But sometimes he behaves in such a way that it's too confusing. Just like when Salva, right, when he came with his big Vimana and he attacked Dwaraka, so much so that at one point he showed Krishna, Vasudev, his father, and he chops his head off. And Krishna sits down and starts crying, "Oh, my father is dead." From our point of view, we are reading and so we know the story behind it. So we think, why is Krishna behaving like that? But from Krishna's point of view, he's actually performing the behavior. So we can't understand. Even Gajendra in his prayers, he says, it's just like an actor. When he's on a stage, he's wearing different clothes, people do not know who he is. But after that, he comes out, he takes off his clothing, then we say, so this is who you are. So Krishna is like that. He behaves and he's the perfect actor. There's only two actor and actress, the star. The Nayaka is Krishna and Nayaki is Radharani. That's it. Everyone is just guest stars. They just come there for a short time and go like that. But they have to understand this. So Krishna is known also in the 14th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. This is the one. Krishna is known as Maya Dana Damana. That means he's the controller or the subduer of Maya. It's in the 14th chapter, verse 16. It's very interesting how this is a prayer by Lord Brahma. He says that Atraiva Maya Damanavatare. Jai Shri Shri Radha Nilamada Jai Shri Shri Radha Giridhari Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Shri Nitai Chaitanya Chandra Nitai Gaura Chandra Ki Jai Iskcon Guru Vrinda Ki Jai. Atraiva Maya Damanavatare Hyasya Prapanchasya Bahisputasya Krishnasya Chanta Jatare Jananya Maya Tvameva Prakriti Kritam Te. My dear Lord, in this incarnation you have proved that you are the supreme controller of Maya. Although you are now within this universe, the whole universal creation is within your transcendental body, a fact you demonstrated by exhibiting the universe within your abdomen before your mother Yashoda. He even showed that to his mother, and his mother was bewildered. So what's happening to my son? Is he sick, or what kind of illusion is this? Even she was bewildered. So the Lord's always doing all these things. Brahma was bewildered because while the Aghasura was being killed, all the denizens in the upper planetary system were making a big noise and saying, look at this Krishna, how amazing he is going to deal with this Aghasura. So Brahma was wondering, and he started looking, and he saw this small boy killing Aghasura. And then he was bewildered. He got totally bewildered. Simply seeing the pastime, he got bewildered. Because, he's thinking too intelligently. That's the other thing. You can't be too intelligent also. Sometimes you just have to accept the position of the Lord. So he was thinking, how is that possible? He's just a small kid. That's not my Narayana. Suddenly it occurred to him, he is not the Supreme Lord. I said, I'm going to test this person. I'm going to see how far he can do what he can do. Somehow or other, this doubt came, Nayam lokasti na paro na sukham samsayatmanaha, right? So, for the doubting soul, there's no happiness in this nor in the next world. So much so, Brahma was put into bewilderment so that he started testing Krishna. And when he started testing Krishna, he took away the cowherd boys and deprived Krishna of his association. So Krishna was very angry with Brahma. He wouldn't look at Brahma. So when Brahma finally came and asked for forgiveness and prayers, and then he said, for doing this, I will come back and take part in your Leela, So it is said that he came as Haridas Thakur, for that offense. He took that as an offense. So it's not, from our point of view, we may read and think, oh yeah, so this is how he was bewildered. But actually, when you are bewildered, you don't even know you're bewildered. You totally don't know you're bewildered, And that especially happens when you have big false ego, when someone tells you something right and you're like, no, that's not true, I know what I'm doing. Immediately you are bewildered like that, So we can see like that. Maya Damana, subduer of Maya. So this verse particularly, it is said, and he is the supreme controller of illusion. So he can give illusion, he can control illusion. But when it comes to the living entities, Sri Krishna allows the material energy. He says, Devi Esha Gunamaya, Mama Maya, Duratyaya. And he allows this energy, this powerful potency, Devi, from him. It's my energy, he says. And he allows this energy to bewilder living entities completely. And so the living, this Maya Shakti has this bewildering potency. There's two potencies she has particularly. One is known as the Avaranatmika Shakti. The other one is Prakshatmika Shakti. Okay? The Avaranatmika Shakti bewilders and takes away the living entity's knowledge. And so he doesn't know, and he's like, I don't know what to do. And then the Prashatpadmika Shakti, that one makes you think you're okay, you're cool. So you come to the temple, you listen to all the philosophy and say, yeah, I'm not doing well. And then just as you step outside the door, immediately you're thinking, actually I'm doing not so bad. And by the time you reach home, you're like, oh, my family, they're all so good and Krishna conscious. So I don't need to go to that temple, Even though it is good for me, even though this is the weekend, I can go and see the deities. I should go and see the but the Lord will understand. He is Samambanam, He knows everything. Therefore, He understands my needs, Oh, thank you so much, my dear Lord, that even though I don't come, you are still blessing me with so much wonderful glories, So this is the bewilderment. This is a bewilderment. So they're thinking, this is good. So they become so satisfied. The knowledge is gone, they're bewildered. So the example Srila Prabhupada gives is like the hog. Hog as in pig, hog. So the pig just eats all the stool. And from our point of view, that's so abominable. Right? The pig is thinking, this is so wonderful, And then it's thinking, this is good. So that is bewilderment. So similarly, householders and so on who are thinking, oh, I'm doing okay. This is bewilderment. Levels of bewilderment. We should be so careful. We should help one another. Come my dear friend, my dear Vaishnava friend, my dear so-called Vaishnava friend. Please come to the temple. Take association. Let your hair down or whatever you have left. Like that. And otherwise we all become stuck in this abominable condition. And that abominable condition is actually illusion. It's real illusion, thinking that we are happy, thinking that we are satisfied. So a devotee or a man in a higher position may feel dissatisfaction seeing the standard of life or existence of someone in a lower grade of life. And therefore they feel a lot of compassion for them. Because the Lord is in their heart, Swantastena Gadabrita, He's holding the Lord in the heart. Therefore, He can overcome bewilderment. He can understand the situation of one who is suffering because of the Lord's mercy. The Lord removes this bewildering potency in not to affect the devotee. So similarly, one time in Mayapur, during a festival or after a festival, Srila Prabhupada was out on his veranda. So he was looking out. It was night time and the feast was over and devotees were cleaning up. And so they take all these banana leaves and so on, the paper, grass, what is that, the leaf plates, and they were throwing it out. So then he heard some noise in the veranda. So he looked carefully. Then he saw some ladies and children going through the leaf plates and licking it and trying. And Srila Prabhupada, had tears in his eyes. And then immediately he told his devotees, all his disciples, for 10 miles radius, no one should go hungry. And he said, make sure you give prasadam every Saturday or Sunday. Then one disciple said, only Saturday and Sunday, Prabhupada? And Prabhupada said, you can give every day if you want, but at least Saturday and Sunday because people are coming from the city and so on. So this is how the Food for Life program began, so that people don't go. And he said prasadam is good because prasadam awakens the consciousness to understand the fact that we are in illusion. It awakens us. So therefore, whenever we have opportunity to give prasadam, we should give prasadam. People will take a cookie easier than they will take a book sometimes. Yeah. So you have to see where their consciousness is at. Huh? And you see, are they a cookie monster or are they a book boy? Like that. Then you give them what they need, Yeah. So we have to see like that. And then there was another incident that Srila Prabhupada also gave a very nice revelation, how we are always bewildered. There was a magician, this was in 1976, Srila Prabhupada was asked to see this magician. He wanted to show some tricks. And so Prabhupada said, okay, come to my room. And then when one of his best friend, Bhagatji, so he went and called all the kids and all the teachers from the Gurukul, and they all came running to Srila Prabhupada's room, and they all were watching. And then the magician started doing all his tricks, and Prabhupada was laughing and smiling. Then he said, he asked Prabhupada, you help me in this thing. So Prabhupada put out his hand, and he put a coin there, and then he said, go, and then the coin jumped away into the magician's hand. Then Prabhupada said, can you make it jump back into my hand? Can you make the money come back? And then he said, no. And then Prabhupada smiled, and then he continued. So he made other tricks. He had boxes, different boxes, and from each box, different colors were coming out through his tricks. And then he had a feather, white feather, and then every time he rubbed the feather, it changed color, and was so nice, and Prabhupada was laughing. And he kept doing more tricks with Prabhupada. He went to Prabhupada, behind his ear, he took the coin out, behind here. And the disciples who were looking, they were feeling very unhappy, because this is an acharya, and this guy is making they felt he was making a fool of Prabhupada, this is not nice, So they became bewildered of what's happening. And the magician is also bewildered because he's thinking he's so good in his illusion and so on like that. So then after a while, Prabhupada looked at him and said, can you make birth, death, disease and old age disappear? The magician stopped and looked and said, no. And then he realized, and Prabhupada looked at him and said, I can make these things disappear. And then the magician understood, so he sat down, and then Prabhupada then started to talk about the goal of life and so on. And he spoke to all the devotees there what one should be doing. So if we do not take this process seriously, then the illusory potency of the Lord will certainly bewilder us. What to speak of these sages that we are looking at, such powerful sages, right? We can't even, touch these sages. And yet they are saying, vidambanam, you are bewildering. It's just like Queen Kunti, she uses the same word. You are bewildering, my Lord. How is this little boy so bewildering? How is this Supreme Lord? Why is he so bewildering? Because that's his nature. He likes that. He likes to bewilder, and then and from our point of view, when we see all this, yes, the Lord is so amazing. He's contradictory at the same time. But from the Lord's point of view, He's thinking, what is wrong with these Jiva Atmas? They are all bewildered so easily by the material energy. Can't they see I want them to come back to me? So He is like confused at our behavior. Yeah? So we have to appreciate that. Even though He creates, He maintains, He annihilates so many things, still He is always there, waiting for us when we give up this illusory lifestyle. And then the Lord is waiting, just like when Gopakumar, when he comes finally to Vrindavan, Gokula, the Lord sees him, he starts crying. And when Gopakumar hugs Supreme Lord, they both faint. Because the Lord is been waiting and waiting. He says, where have you been, Gopa? Why have you not come? Like that. So similarly, for all of us, the Lord is waiting anxiously, thinking when we will go back to Godhead. He's waiting, while we are being bewildered in a pirouette of life, existence. Okay, I'll stop here. Comments, questions, corrections, or additions? Yes, Prabhu.
So that compassion is a characteristic of a devotee,
Yes.
Vaishnava. And I don't really have a question formulated, but basically I recognize the utter lack of compassion in myself. And so what would you like to say about that?
Yeah. Well, I would say two things. One is not all of us are at the same level of our consciousness, but as Prabhupada said, the biggest welfare is to preach. So if you can do some level of preaching, that is compassion also. No doubt we are all at different levels. For some people who go out in the street, any people they meet, yare deka tare kaha Krishna upadesh. They'll just say, you believe in God, Krishna is Supreme Lord. They talk just like that. And when I'm with them, I'm bewildered. Because I need to, talk to them nicely. I don't just, boom, Krishna. So, yeah, so levels of compassion is there. And we have to appreciate that the fact that I also want to give is, and recognize that I don't have as much compassion, are all good things actually. To know that we are lacking is a good thing. To think that we are very compassionate is a bad thing, because that's ego actually. Because if you read and when you sing Narottam Das Thakur's prayers and so on, we can appreciate how he's saying he's not qualified, As you make advancement, you will realize you are actually not qualified. Reality is we are all not qualified. It is the empowerment of the Lord that makes us at a certain stage, that appears from the eyes of ordinary beings that we are advanced or etc., like that. But in reality, we are all very fallen, and when we follow this process, this pure devotional process, then the Lord becomes very, very happy with us, and then He takes us back. So whether you can show compassion to the extent of Srila Prabhupada or not is not the question. The question is, can you show some compassion? Yeah, that is the beginning. And then in doing and in following the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada, we are actually giving Prabhupada's compassion to other people. And so that's all we have to do. Somehow or other we connect people to Srila Prabhupada, and if you can connect to Prabhupada, they are connected to Krishna. That's our compassion. So we should take, it's like, do we lament that rose bushes have thorns, or do we rejoice that thorn bushes have roses? So we should therefore say, yes, I can give something to Krishna. Connect somebody, but not take the results behind it. Just do your best. So when you're going out in the streets, see if you can convince someone to take a book, right? That's all your goal should be. Not later on, due to the mercy of Krishna, you will develop deeper and deeper understanding of compassion. Jai Shri Shri Radha Nila Madhava ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Giridhari Giri Govardhanath ki Jai, Shri Shri Nitai Chaitanya Chandra, Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Chandra ki Jai. Right? Yeah. Anything else? Yes.
All right. So I wanted to ask, inside of us there's the Atma and the Para-Atma.
Yes.
And this is all about paradox and contradictions, correct? So in a real sense, inside there's the life is encased in death, but it's the life that actually permeates, right?
Yes.
I mean, isn't it amazing?
It is.
That our lungs, liver, spleen, sinew, bones can't touch that. Everything's encased within our skin, and yet we can't access it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also think that, when we see Krishna act in a bewildering way, it's a constant reminder of how hard we must truly try to access what is within. In other words, I think what is within is also without.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
I know what you're saying, yeah. Yeah, we are encased in this material body. The material body is just back, bones, mucus, blood, stool, that's about it. And we are dragging it from one place to another place. So the Lord is saying, give it up, just get out of this situation, connect with Him. Then you can reveal your own Satchit Ananda, spiritual body. It'll come out of this encasement. To do that, Srila Prabhupada has given us the process. Just embrace the process and enjoy the results. Yeah, that's what I will tell you. Yeah. Otherwise, if you analyze and overanalyze, you just get confused also. Yeah. Anything else? Right. How to what?
Bewilder or surprise.
How to bewilder or surprise Krishna? Go back to Godhead, and then He will allow you to participate in a Leela where you can bewilder and surprise Krishna. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
In this verse, the last sentence, it says, Aho Vichitram Bhagavad Vichestitam.
Vichestitam, yeah.
Whereas in the translation, they have referred to the Bhagavat, not Bhagavad. There's a difference between both. When we say Bhagavad Visheshitam, it comes to the energy of Supreme Lord.
Supreme Lord.
And here they are saying Supreme Lord.
Mm.
And in the purport also it says, He covers Himself with His human-like activities and pretends to be subject to the superior controller. Wherein, like the Mayavadis, they take these kind of verses and they say that, the supreme control is the Brahman, not Krishna.
Ah, I see, yeah. But that's how, if, sometimes people want to understand the way they want to understand, We cannot always, even if you quote to the Mayavadis and say this refers to Krishna's energy apart from Krishna, still they may not accept it. So sometimes it is fruitless endeavor to try to convince people who have already made up their minds that the Lord is Brahman and material like that. So I would say stick with the Vaishnava Acharya's translation. This is, I believe, from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's and Sridhar Swami, mainly Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So we just follow that. And we can understand this, he's talking about his variegated energies like that, yeah. Not Brahman, yeah. Yes. Doug.
We're talking about the two different types of Maya. How one of the
potency of Maya.
Potencies of Maya.
Yeah.
How one of them actually makes us feel that all is okay.
Yes.
You gave the example of the hog. Well, that reminded me also of the pastime with Indra when he gets cursed and
yes.
then he won't come back.
He won't come back.
But I wanted to ask, how can we go about just really always being aware of our situation in this world and not getting complacent and feeling like everything's okay.
Srila Prabhupada wanted his disciples mainly to go out and preach. And when you do book distribution, you will see all these things. It's like a case of when Lord Buddha, when he was a young boy, his parents, they had astrology done, and it said that he will take up renunciation if he sees the 4 problems in material life, like that. So what they did was they kept him in the palace and tried to ensure that he doesn't see all the 4 problems in life, right? Birth, death, old age and disease. But one day the boy got on a chariot with his chariot and then went into the city. Then he saw people suffering. And then it immediately affected him so much. So in the same way, Srila Prabhupada wanted us to go out there. So as you distribute books, you can see all these problems in society. What you see in the movies and theaters are all hidden. The reality is hidden. It's all illusion. We are already in illusion. So when you see all this newspaper and all, further illusion, second layer of illusion, like onion layer, so it makes you grossly bewildered, and then you think everything is okay, life is okay. But when we go out in book distribution, you talk to people, you realize these people are actually suffering. And then it's a question of how you can convince them to take books or take some prasadam, that's all. We are not the doers actually, but our desire to help someone intrigues Krishna enough to awaken their consciousness to some extent. Yeah. So if you can do that, And when you are not doing book distribution, then you all can sit together, read together, and ask questions about life itself. Write journals. Reflect on what you have learned for the day and what you have not learned. So those things will be prodding you later on to make further changes in your consciousness. Yeah. All right. I hope that helps. Yeah. Yes. All glories. All glories. The Vishal Prabhu
mentioned that the hog, relishes stool, really enjoys it. And so, due to, I guess, conditioning, the mode of ignorance. So I recently distributed some prasad at my workplace, some like sesame, they were really nice, And a lot of the co-workers loved it, And one lady, I guess she's really into eating meat a lot. She put it in her mouth, she spat it out right away. She couldn't stand it.
Yes.
So this is I thought that, wow, all these other people loved it, but she couldn't stand this.
Yes.
And then one time, Rasikanda Prabhu told me that there's some people, I think somewhere, some country, they can't stand the smell of ghee, but they love the smell of pig's blood.
Yes.
So this conditioning is crazy. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's bewildering. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's they're grossly covered, and they are so much into the mode of ignorance. Therefore, when they come across pure transcendental thing, it's like when someone, if you give children medicine, what do? They throw it out or spit it out, right? So, but then some medicine went in, so the effect is there. So later on, the parents will hold the baby down, open the mouth and chuck in the medicine. We can't do that. But as long as they touch the prasadam in their lips, the beginning of their purification has begun. Yeah, so as long as they appreciate the fact that you are giving, you're a devotee, if they appreciate a devotee, if they touch a book, or if they just taste a little prasadam, all these have intangible benefits. Yeah.
Today is the disappearance day
of Kaliya Krishna Das. Not much is said. What I know is he's one of the 12 cowherd boys of Lord Balaram. He's the 9th cowherd boy. In the spiritual world, he's known as Lavanga, cowherd boy. But when his pastime in the Chaitanya Leela is not mentioned much. Near Katwa, there's a city called Avarahati. He used to stay there, and Today is his disappearance day, so his descendants there are celebrating his descendants day. That's about all Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati talks about. Yeah. So Shri Krishna Kalya Krishna Das ki jai.
Jai.
Now you shouldn't be confused with Krishna Das, who was a servant and traveled with Mahaprabhu and who got caught by the Bhattaharis. Yeah? So it's different. Yeah. Okay? So thank you very much. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bo.
Radha Krishna Gunagao, Preme Dako, Chaitanya Nitai. Hari Hari Bo.